reservoir begins to collect upriver. This will be called Lake Roosevelt. Power generated for farms and towns will grow the Northwestern economy and help to feed a nation. But as the promise of bounty for many on this land approaches, abundance is taken away from others. Salmon, as well as steelhead and lamprey, are prevented from swimming to the Kettle Falls or Little Falls fisheries in the Upper Columbia and Spokane rivers.
Salmon were our trading commodity and our major food supply. And so when they stopped the salmon from coming up past Coulee Dam into our fishing sites, it just disrupted our whole system.
Homes and livelihoods and 56,000 acres of land are inundated prior to the dam's completion.
And they were getting rid of everything along the shore, all the way up from Coulee Dam, clear up to Little Falls. They moved all the houses or tore them down. It was all covered. Just the way it was going to happen, I guess.
The Colville and Spokane tribes, mourning the loss of this source of vitality, natural balance, and great cultural significance, gather in 1939 at Kettle Falls in the first Ceremony of Tears.
There was a lot of controversy. Right up to the end of construction, there were people who didn't want it. Of course, as you know, when the war started, we really needed it.
Grand Coulee took the salmon, and my people's heart did break.
Oh no, grandmother! A war?
Unfortunately, yes. And the new dam helped the country overcome it.
Even though the dam created hardship for many who lived here and drew criticism from all likes of American citizens, it was unexpectedly about to show its importance when the country entered World War II.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked.
There was a high demand almost instantly for the power. It was funneled into shipbuilding on the coast. It was funneled into aircraft building. It went into aluminum smelters, which were vital for the aircraft industry. And then a large percentage of the power went into the Hanford Reservation for the atomic bombs that were created toward the end of the war.
The Bonneville Power Administration, authorized in 1937, allows for the maintenance, transmission, and sale of power created at Grand Coulee and other federal dams in the Columbia River system. If not for Grand Coulee Dam, the Northwest would need 15 coal-fired plants or 6 nuclear plants to equal the hydropower that will be produced here. In 1950, President Harry Truman speaks at the dedication of Grand Coulee Dam. This visit strengthens his resolve to promote further development of the river, providing flood control at times of unpredictably high runoff, as well as enhancing water storage and hydropower.
This is a great occasion. We've come here to dedicate Grand Coulee Dam, one of the mightiest structures man has ever built. With this dam, man's ingenuity and perseverance have dramatically transformed the energy of a mighty river into a great new source of national strength. New jobs, new industry, new opportunities have been created. Grand Coulee Dam, with its tremendous power and irrigation benefits, is an instrument of our democracy. forged to contribute to a better life for ourselves and our children.
The next challenge is to supply much-needed moisture to Washington farmland, averaging just 6 to 10 inches of rain per year. Progress on the Columbia Basin Project, the 1935 plan to irrigate huge swaths of the inland Northwest, resumes.
The first Columbia Basin irrigation water didn't get here until 1952. There's a big pumping plant on the upstream side of the dam that pumps the water up into Banks Reservoir. It's gravity all the way down to Pasco practically.
It's just like an oasis now that used to be blow sand and sagebrush, and now it's the breadbasket of the state, if not the nation.
2/3 of the 1 million acres originally designated in the Columbia Basin Project are under irrigation. Farmers are able to raise a wide variety of crops for food and fiber. Only 2% of the water flow from the Columbia River is used for irrigation, and whatever is not absorbed into the crops or evaporated is recycled and returned to the river. While the harnessing of the mighty Columbia River has brought the benefits of hydropower and irrigation to the nation, the river still maintains her independence. In 1948, the city of Vanport, Oregon, is destroyed by a massive flood. Flooding, as a result of sometimes high seasonal runoff upstream, continues to be a serious concern.
My father reminded me about how he carried me on his shoulders in water that was up to his waist, if not higher. Our family lost everything.
In the early 1960s, flooding is addressed when the Columbia River Treaty with Canada is formed, resulting in increased flood control and the addition of new reservoirs. This also leads to the opportunity for reclamation to enlarge Grand Coulee Dam and an ability to provide even more hydropower to a growing population, making Grand Coulee Dam the largest hydro producer in the world. In 1980, the third power plant is completed, making the dam span nearly 1 mile long. Grand Coulee supplies power to the western grid in the world's longest direct current transmission. The Federal Columbia River Power System supplies electricity to the entire region at the cost of production in an environmentally sound and efficient way. Wind and solar development, habitat improvement for salmon, fish hatcheries, along with natural and cultural preservation, supplement hydropower production. Grand Coulee is truly the cornerstone of this vast, beneficial resource.
And I think it even did better than what they anticipated. I think we still have one of the cheapest electrical rates in the world here. Actually, it has worked out, I think, for the benefit of not only this area, but the whole country.
I've come up here with my family for 40 years, fishing, camping, and now my grandkids are joining us. It's a place we know we can always come back to reconnect with nature. We always see something new.
Because of Grand Coulee Dam, many new recreation areas were created. Lake Roosevelt National Recreation Area behind the dam, and Banks Lake, the 27-mile-long reservoir south of the dam, and their surrounding landscapes, which include hundreds of acres of habitat, now protecting many species of animals and plant life native to this area. The addition of resident fish in the lakes and the many opportunities for recreation, solitude, and learning make this a special year-round destination, attracting over 1 million visitors to the area every year.
The dams have created a different ecosystem than what was here, but the benefits of the dams have been great. I think one thing we have in common is that we want to protect the water, we want to protect the land.
One of the first things that we had to do was learn our history. Where did we come from? You better find out where we come from. How did that dam get there? What did that dam cause? When you understand that, then you understand where you have to go. Life has changed a whole lot. And when tribes can run their own reservation, take over their own future, there's a pride about that.
We need to come together to discuss the future of the river, respectful of cultures, of history, and yet provide good stewardship for the future.
Wow, Grandmother. I can't believe our family was a part of this story. I can't wait to tell my grandchildren someday.
Well, granddaughter, this isn't just our story. It belongs to all of us. It's a story woven from many voices.
You're a